Okay?
Hey Fido, nice Kiss shirt. And we're Strutter, and we chew them up and we spit them out.
Hi-ho, everybody.
Do the thing.
He's ready. His name's Powie.
I'm Powie.
And I'm Fido.
Welcome to
Hey, man. Nice Kiss shirt. Episode 53. You guys want to hop into this? You guys want to kick it off with a little striptease? I know I'm supposed to be wearing Flying the Flannel. This is for you, Powie.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Oh, it's all...
See, it starts with a little bit of Paul Stanley chest hair.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wow, shit.
And,
you got a fucking LA Kiss?
No!
That's what I
You
thought.
better hold your horses.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Do we know what it is?
It's a Cadillac Vikings.
That's right. It's an official Cadillac Vikings football jersey, courtesy of Luck Clothing, laboring under complete knowledge. Give a shout out to those guys.
That's badass.
What do we say when we see something like this? We say,
man.
hey, man,
Nice Kiss
nice
shirt.
Kiss shirt.
Ragamuffin.
I'll throw it up here. Now that we've gotten the usual stuff out of the way.
Crap on a stick. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Make some noise for Cadillac, Michigan.
We got a whole thing from a book called Rock and Roll All Night.
And journal every day.
It's a year-long guide to celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan.
Yes, it is.
We're doing it.
Even though we're living in 2026, we're still working our way up to the end. So let's jump right in.
It's 53, episode 53.
53 starts with November 12th. Create a synopsis for a Kiss board game using one Kiss album as the theme. Each song should be represented as a space of challenge. What's your game's concept? How does the winning player win? Give this game a name. So I'm going to throw this to you, and feel free to use the track list as a guide into the breakdown. Well, what are you going to call it, first of all?
It'd have to be called Odyssey.
There you go.
Odyssey.
So
I don't think Homer would sue.
I think you guys can guess the album we're going for here.
So I guess it's fanfare. You start out, you got your game pieces are all like Gene's character, Demon, Star Child, Spaceman, Cat, or Fox. I guess it'd be Fox.
So it's a 4-player game, or do we have characters for all of the personae?
I don't think so. I don't think I have game pieces for each individual
no.
Morpheus or whatever. I don't have any of that. Let's just start out with fanfare, and you're in your space, and then you're just a boy, and you go through, and you're riding your bike, and all of a sudden some old man comes up to you and lures you into a van, and that's a different game with no windows and.
Yeah, that's not the elder we had in mind.
Nope.
Do not respect that elder.
They have to train a champion, as the kids called it. So they take him, train him, teach him how to do stuff, do his laundry, and cook a hot meal.
They teach the boy how to do laundry. I like that. It seems to me that you put as much time and thought into this question as I have.
It has, and it is. And then you go on an Odyssey where you basically go to the strip club down there on Dort.
The Odyssey,
Odyssey, great place.
Yeah.
And
Are there Odysseys in any other states? Who's watching?
Odyssey, the tits. Never mind. Edit. Only you. Then you find out basically all the other players are obsolete because only you can.
Only you will win.
Only you will win.
And how do we win Odyssey?
What is this? Under the rose. Well, you then you meet Paul because he's got the rose tattoos. So the Order of the Rose. You meet him, and
Is he on a bridge? So you have to go under
the bridge
Rose?
downtown.
Under the Rose?
Yeah, got to go under the Rose. And meets Ace, and Ace tells him, "You're in trouble. Dark light. Dude's gonna fuck you up." This old dude, owns an island, and yeah. Then they.
I hope his name's not Epstein.
It's not. And then the world without heroes, you're, if you
You're
don't do this,
you're in a world and it's bereft of heroes.
basically, yeah. If you don't do this, nobody else will, because you're fucked. And then you take the oath because that's the best song on the album. So, like a blade of a sword, you were forged in flame.
Well,
they burn you. They put
they
cigarettes out on your hands.
Cigarette
burn you
brands.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go to Mr. Blackwell, who is a bastard.
So he's a notorious fashion Nazi.
Yes, he is. And you have to escape from the island somehow. You have to like draw 4. So, it's like Uno.
So there's a dash of Uno
There's
in
a
the
dash of
Odyssey.
Uno. You
Uno-Odyssey.
get a draw 4 card, and you have to go all the way back. And then
To go back 4
you
spaces.
find out that you are the only one who believes in yourself because nobody else does. And then Gene and Paul win all the money.
Who will win this game? I will. No, I won't, because Paul and Gene will ultimately reap the rewards from this game.
That's right. And that's the Odyssey.
And that's the Odyssey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
I thought it was
well.
great.
I'm not gonna do much better. Hopefully, I'll make you laugh, and that's all that really matters. It's conceptually based around Dress to Kill, and I guess it could be Dress to Roll. There could be dice involved. Yeah, there we go. Dress to Roll. That rolls off the tongue better. But I have to give big props to TJ from Rip and Destroy podcast, because I'm piggybacking off of his. It was his idea. It was his synopsis that made.
So go watch that episode.
Yes, I'm gonna throw something. I'll throw the episode number. I'll throw a screenshot up for those of you who don't watch Rip and Destroy podcast. I can't recommend it enough. But several episodes ago, TJ basically demonstrated how Dress to Kill is a concept album. The concept of the game, Dress to Roll, is basically a redemption arc. That you could sort of transpose this over Gene's life, from the notorious groupie betting cat of the early days into the Polaroid burning Shannon Tweed devotee that he later became. And again, this is TJ's brilliant synopsis of a guy, again, who starts out like that. Baby, I could use a meal. You can do what you feel. The stewardess in the tight blue dress. He's just throwing it. He's just throwing it to every girl that looks at him sideways. And then Two Timer kind of expounds on this. He builds a relationship with a groupie. She takes it a little too seriously.
And ends up with Wally Stockard from The Babies.
That's right. Yeah. And then she cheats on him with Wally.
Right.
And that's how you get Two Timer. So his emotional recourse to that is he finds a prostitute, a lady in waiting. And that blows up in his face, because that karma wheel just keeps on spinning. and
Spinning
forces him to need to get away.
Yeah.
So again, this is, you know, you're gonna be rolling for advancement or
He's got no
retreat. Yeah, yeah. And of course, got no dough. Should I stay or should I go? He's in a existential crisis. He's at rock bottom. What happens when you're at rock bottom? Only when you're at your weakest only when you stop looking for love will it find you.
Yeah.
And he does. He is saved by
Rock and roll.
the introduction of a new game piece, a new character. She shall remain nameless. Or leave her a name in the comments. I fully expect you guys to unfold on this. Actually, I expect nothing. But
and end up with less.
Yeah, well, in his infatuation with this mystery woman, all he can seem to muster up is, come on and love me. He's just desperate for real love. Because he'd do anything for his baby.
Anything.
Because she is the one for him.
Wow, yeah.
And all he can do is love her all he can. Which, of course, makes him so happy that he rocks and or rolls all night and parties every day because he's found a woman that'll make him burn his Polaroids. That's how the winning player wins. Love. Love always wins. Next question.
Next question. Thank goodness.
November 13th. Have you ever been duped by a piece of counterfeit merchandise? Kiss merchandise, of course. What was it? And describe the lesson learned.
No, I have never been duped by a piece of Kiss merchandise. I only buy licensed kits.
OLPs.
OLP.
I
don't know.
I've not been duped. I bought, you could call it a counterfeit, I guess, just a more cheaply manufactured brass logo buckle. It was just, but instead of being the requisite thickness of a Kiss belt buckle, it was just thinner, and it was clearly not the real deal.
Right.
But I've always wanted, one of my holy grails is the double platinum version of that buckle, which, by the way, want to send out a congratulations to Rick Howard, author of this wonderful tome. He found himself a double platinum buckle not too long ago.
Nice, cool.
Yeah, very
right on.
cool.
Right on.
So I took my counterfeit buckle to a friend of mine and had him powder coat it silver, and it ended up more gray. It wasn't like getting it chromed or anything, but it turned out cool. And that's one of the buckles that I misplaced. I know it's in the house somewhere. It better be in the house, but yeah, I don't know where my powder coated logo buckle is. But yeah, I mean, that's, I'm trying to think if I have any other type of counterfeit stuff.
I think a guy at school bought a Creatures bootleg shirt and washed it once and freaking
parking lot shirt just disintegrated.
Yep, disintegrated.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we've all had pieces here, and I mean, bootlegs. That's a completely separate entity.
I don't think I've been duped by counterfeit merchandise. No, I've never seen counterfeit.
No, I'd never.
I mean, unless you just see something that's on eBay or something that know is not.
Yeah.
So that's not. They didn't come out with that, or this isn't.
Anytime I bought that stuff, I bought it knowingly,
right,
and willingly.
Right, yeah. You know what you need.
Yeah. Like, for instance, I don't have a rock and roll over buckle like the Pacifica buckle, but when I saw an opportunity to get a Mexican buckle, Mexican rock and roll over, I totally had to do it.
Oh, right.
It's cool in its own right.
Yeah.
So yeah. November 14th. If you were to hear one non-makeup era Kiss album performed live in its entirety, what album would you dream of hearing and why?
None of them. No, but no. If I had my druthers, maybe I would say like "Hot in the Shade" because that does seem to be like a raw album. Maybe "Revenge." I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's like whatever the stuff that where they actually sounded more guitar oriented as opposed to like the Animalized Crazy Nights stuff that was overproduced, keyboard gang vocal stuff.
Now, would you want to hear the current Tommy and Eric lineup? Would you want to see them perform it, or?
I mean, my druthers would be all the original guys, but you know, not that happening now. I've seen Vinnie a couple times, so it's like I know what I'm getting. if that, maybe Bruce. I don't know. His solos did not make sense to me. Like Aces or little songs within the song, you know. It's like Bruce's were just kind of there.
And I suspect that you would, like me, you would consider Vinnie's even further disjointed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm kind of looking at it. If I'm starting with the premise of a non-makeup album live in its entirety, it's already a fantasy, so I'm going to milk the fantasy for all it's worth. And I want to see Lick It Up performed by that lineup.
Yeah.
I want Eric Carr and Vinnie Vincent to resurrect from the dead and from insanity, respectively, to join Paul and Gene on stage. I mean, I can do that, right? This is a fantasy. I could go back in time.
So Aldo Nova would open?
I could ply him with all the money in the world to do a private, command performance of the album. I mean, like I said, if this is a fantasy scenario, if it's a hypothetical, I'm going all the way. And I'm gonna see Carr, Vincent, Simmons, and Stanley do all the way through. Lick It Up, man. To answer the question of why Lick It Up, whether it's my favorite non-makeup album, like across the board, I mean, it's definitely a contender, but I mean, I love Revenge too. If I'm in the mood, I want to hear Carnival of Souls. I don't know if I'd rank it as a favorite, but yeah, Lick It Up is probably most often cited as my favorite.
So many regarded as a companion to Creatures.
Yeah.
As a sister album. Because basically they were writing all the material at the same time, correct?
Yeah,
Killers.
and Michael James Jackson produced. Although he didn't necessarily, recording location being a factor. The drum tracks don't have the same vibe.
They don't.
Yeah, I think that'd be the coolest way to go. Lick It Up. And even if you reject the idea of, Eric and Vinnie, even seeing Singer and Thayer do it, even the current lineup. Come on, do an Exciter. Like,
oh, okay, yeah.
Did you happen to see that the Kiss Cancer Goodbye, the Handsome Devils?
I didn't. I'll have to watch that. I started it, but
it's pretty good. They kick off with Exciter. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to November 15th.
That 8.
Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits was released on November 15th. Okay, and this question sort of follows suit. What greatest hits package represents Kiss the best, and why?
I think we have the same answer, because I never heard of what you told me about before. That I didn't even know that it Kiss. Would you say it's Kiss 40?
Kiss 40, yeah.
Because it's got more tracks from everything, right? From,
Yeah.
all the
Yep.
way, all the way up. But I was always a big fan of Double Platinum, but I mean, obviously, it's only representative of
Decades of decibels.
decades of decibels.
I mean, and I like this particular, the Best Buy package because it came with a cool Kiss shirt. So yeah, just to like run these down. Nothing to lose. Let me go rock and roll. Come on and let me rock and roll all night. God of Thunder, Demo, Beth, Hard Luck Woman, Reputation. Would you say, I can't remember if that's 76 or 77, but yeah, that was unreleased. So Reputation's on here. Christine 16, Shout It Out Loud, Strutter 78, You Matter to Me, which I love that song. Radioactive, New York Groove, Hold Me, Touch Me, I Was Made for Loving You, Shandy, World Without Heroes, I Live It Loud, Down on Your Knees, Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Tears Are Falling, kicks off Disc 2, Reason to Live, Let's Put the X in Sex, Forever, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, Unholy, that's a live version. Do You Love Me is the unplugged version, Room Service, Jungle, Radio Edit, Psycho Circus, Nothing Can Keep Me From You, Detroit Rock City Live, Deuce Live, Firehouse Live, Modern Day Delilah, live version of Cold Gin, live version of Crazy Crazy Nights, and Hell or Hallelujah. So from the debut to Monster, Kiss is technically best represented.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the stuff that they put on the box set. What was that, 2000, 2001? The 4-disc. But I think the question, the implied specificity of
Best
greatest hit. Well, and it's like, and I don't want to be presumptuous enough to count a box set as a greatest hits, even though it kind of ostensibly is. Just, compared to like you said, I mean, Double Platinum being the classic answer. But since then, you got Kiss World, you got a lot of...
There's a lot of more greatest hits stuff that I had no idea they had released.
I just like 40 because it's a lot of stuff on 2 discs, and it's fully representative of the entire recorded oeuvre. All right. November 16th. Has Kiss ever inspired you to write, draw, create music, or paint? Well, as you know, I only do one of those things. Well, I can write. But yeah, music is really where me and Powie do our thing.
I created a hell of a game.
That was certainly gamey.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is your favorite creation you have ever made inspired by Kiss?
I mean, I didn't create it, but I mean, playing in Great X and Sweet Pain was fun.
I would say you did.
That was the world, yeah.
For dudes who never slapped on the makeup to get on stage.
We basically just lived that air guitar in front of the mirror just on stage and actually doing it, which was great.
Yeah. Man, I should get a link. I should put together like a little PowerPoint or something, some kind of video analog for to put it up on my YouTube. Put up that audio from that Kano show.
Not all of it, just some of it.
There should be there should be some good excerpts though. But yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, the bands that we played in are certainly the most inspired page we've torn out of the Kiss book. And for those of you, the question goes deeper. for those of you who've never been inspired, dream up something today. Create a KISS piece of art.
I used to always try to draw them when I was little, but I mean, I wasn't that good at it. So.
Yeah, I was never that good either. But it's funny, and we were talking about some of the fellow pods that we've referenced in this episode, and try to mention our pals in every episode. But was watching that the most recent Critical KISS episode, the Dynasty episode.
You were talking about that,
and they mentioned Shrinky Dinks, and I had totally forgotten about getting Alive 2, getting Shrinky Dinks not long after I got Alive 2, and tracing those 4 portraits on the back of Alive.
Oh, wow.
And then making Shrinky Dinks out of those.
How about
For
that?
the kids out there that don't know what Shrinky Dinks were, it was like these sheets of plastic. They had a couple of different varieties. Most of them were clear, but you could also get like a frosted sheet of plastic, a Shrinky Dink sheet, and trace through them, and then you put them in the oven, and they shrink up, but they don't warp and bubble and distort. They, whatever kind of chemicals, kind of makes you wonder what kind of chemicals we were baking off in our
Easy off.
yeah, don't breathe the fumes, kids. But they would shrink down proportionally. It'd be really, you make little charms out of them, whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool. I wish I still had my Shrinky Dinks, man.
They had other stuff too, other characters like cartoons and stuff, right? Like,
I think you could get like drawn Shrinky Dinks where you could just color in, maybe like with a marker set or something. I vaguely remember that.
I barely
like for the
remember.
kids that were like really artistically, even worse than me. Like I could at least, because Shrinky Dink, especially the clear ones, you could trace with them. I was only ever good at tracing. Meanwhile, we're going to move on to November 17th. What's your favorite picture from the KISS Viewmasters, 1979? Did you own this set as a kid? Did you purchase the KISS Alive Anniversary Edition from KISS Online in 2020? What other eras would make for the perfect Viewmaster? So,
yeah, having not seen these before.
The 2020 thing, I want to just jump ahead and address that because, I mean, I didn't go too deep, but a simple Google search revealed nothing. Okay, gang, I had to dub in some new video here because in the interim between recording and editing, I obviously found this online. I had to look for Viewfinder instead of Viewmaster. But I want this. It's really cool. Powie and I just looked through. I've got a couple of Viewmasters and those reels, and
79. Yeah.
Yeah, we went through and picked out our favorite images.
Yeah, I like the Paul Prism C7.
Yeah, C7 inside the pyramid was Powie's fave, and mine was B6. Me and my guitar, Ace doing a really cool back bend with his Les Paul. I'll throw pics up so you guys can see those right here.
I think 76 would have been like the ultimate Viewmaster set with the
just like those Levine shots with the glitter,
absolutely,
the glitter back, and
absolutely, and some
maybe throw in some chopper shots,
live shot, those, and
you could have the Viewmaster After Dark with all the Star Stowe bondage and all that long S&M.
Oh wow.
It'd be cool. We've talked about this a little bit, how cool it would be to have all the outtakes from the Norman Seif Hotter Than Hell session. All that debauchery on some Viewmaster reels would be cool. Again, Viewmaster After Dark. Not exactly aimed at the kiddies, but that's my favorite visual era of KISS. So I think, and I've never seen black and white, Viewmaster reels.
Mm.
Maybe there were like some old Betty Boop or like Steamboat Willie or something like that. There could have been at some point. But I'd love to see like the Waring Abbott.
Central Park.
Like the Central Park shots that he took.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think a black and white series of Kiss from 74 or 75, or they could even do black and white with silver, with like some of the kind of 3D effect that they had, the stereoscopic effects that they had for the regular Viewmasters. It'd be cool to have a black, white, and silver set of reels. Yeah. And this one's kind of tough. November 18th wants to know, what's your favorite Kiss memory from high school?
Gotta be 83. I was a freshman, and we went to see Kiss, Creatures of the Night. That was it. It was like when I remember, like, because I liked them when I was in elementary and junior high, and I was kind of getting out of the deal. But Kiss was my first concert, so I was really excited about going to do that.
See, that's an easy question for you.
Absolutely, for me. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I can't argue with that. But just remembering how Crazy Nights landed for me, I was less than thrilled about it when it came out. But that didn't stop me from going to the concert. So, I don't know that I would, count that show as, don't get me wrong, it wasn't disappointing whatsoever. It was high energy.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of reminded of what a tight ship the Crazy Nights tour was. Watching the, I think it was on one of the Kissologies. There was Crazy Nights in Tokyo, maybe? I think it was like a Japanese Crazy Nights show, and the energy is on full display. Paul's all over this. Everybody's working it pretty well, and I do remember that being, kind of the predominant highlight of Crazy Nights in Saginaw. But could I call it, out of 4 years of high school, like my best Kiss memory? Probably not. Because I went to that show by myself, and which is a little easier to do now. It's more fun to do it as, an older adult, but like in your teens, it feels lame going to a concert by yourself. I did it a couple of times, but like that factors into why that's not a numero uno memory. But I would say in my freshman year, meeting Tim Flynn, just bumping into some guy in my biology class with a Lick It Up jersey, and we were off to the races with Kiss. So yeah, the friendships that I made in high school, first with him, and then when our schools consolidated, then meeting Dave, and our friend Dave, and who was also the original bassist in Great Expectations with Brian and I. We were randomly assigned bunkmates at band camp that year, and neither one of us knew each other. And I got to the room first and got unpacked and set up, and I had my Kiss sleeping bag laid out on the bed, and I was blasting like some Rick Wakeman, and like Dave was also a really good piano player, but he wasn't yet into prog rock or Rick Wakeman or anything. And I managed to tickle couple of fancies, like right out of the gate there. He went from not knowing me from Adam to like walking into our room and like taking a look at the sleeping bag and what? Wait, what's your name? Like it was, yeah, the instant friendship, you know. So I mean that was cool. Was telling Powie earlier about on that same, you know, that same week away at band camp, going down to marching drills on the soccer field, and Dave was, we were both in drumline. He was playing quads and singing and playing Thrills in the Night as we were walking down. Just try, you know, Kiss fans just trying to impress each other about, you know, what they were into. And yeah, that's, I have a few good memories from high school. Another one that I mentioned to you was, so I would have been a senior. Yeah, so this would have been like 89. I think it was one of the first record shows that Tim and I went to, and met Mark Cicchini, and I got a bootleg of my 79 Dynasty show. Even though it's one of the worst bootlegs in the whole canon of bootlegs, it was my first Kiss show, so gotta love it. So I'd put that handful of memories up at the top. Even you, Crazy Nights, even you. Even you, faithful watchers, as we've come to the end of another episode of Hey Man, Nice Kiss Shirt. Just want to thank you, as always, for liking, commenting. Please come and bust our balls for our execution of our board game.
Our half-ass
board game. As always, please put your two lips together, kiss that subscribe button, and remember the words of the Barbarian.
Play hard.
Play fair.
Nobody hurt.
Hey, man, nice Kiss shirt.
It's the Remco.